And for those of you that just came in recently, we're raising money for Go Rescue Pet Adoption Center. You can donate if you're interested in donating to Go Rescue Pet Adoption Center. You can do so either by scanning the QR code on your screen, by typing !donate on our Tiltify, by typing !donate in the Twitch chat, and you'll get a link to the Tiltify. Or also, if you go to noglitchesallowed.org, there's also access to the Tiltify from there. We have a new incentive that just opened up for Peggle Fevers, to an incentive for the incentive is for a challenge run of Peggle Fevers, and we're trying to raise $50 to unlock that run. So if you donate, you can put money towards that, as well as the other incentives we have open. We have a bid war still going on for the suit in Metroid Prime, either the fusion suit or the default suit. That's still tied up, so you could be the deciding vote. And additionally, we have an incentive we have a bid war for the car model in tomorrow's Trackmania run. There are quite a few fun options between Pingu, Among Us, Maxwell the Cat, Lightning McQueen, Minecraft Steve, or the ice cream van. So if you want to see Pebble Fevers, or if you want to have a say in the suit for Metroid Prime or the cart model for Trackmania, get your donations in. And also, while we're waiting for Metal Slug X to get set up, let me tell you a bit more about the organization that we're raising money for. This year, No Holidays Allowed 2024 is raising money for Go Rescue, which is a dog shelter in Hampton, Virginia. They work to provide a haven for homeless dogs, giving them the time, care, and love they need to find not just any home, but the right home. And I love dogs. My family has had dogs as pets my whole life. We have 2 dogs. We have 2 dogs right now. And so this is a cause that means a lot to me. And if you also have dogs and care a lot about dogs, then you see like why the work they do is so important. And if you perhaps live in the area locally to them, but you aren't able to afford to donate, you are able to volunteer with them on their website, which is, if you go to their website, gorescuedogs.com, they have information about how to volunteer, how to donate, and then they also, along with donations, along with monetary donations, they also accept donations for pet supplies. And on their website, there's a link to an Amazon wish list that they have with various dog foods and other and other supplies that they need for the rescue. While we're setting up for the next run, which is Metal Slug X, any percent, let's take another look at the schedule for the rest of the night. As we know, up next we have Metal Slug X, and then after that we have Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, all collectibles, followed by Bowser's Fury 100 Shines. And then the day will be ending with Metroid Prime any percent, no major glitches, which again, there is a bid war for, so get those donations in. If you have any opinions about which suit will be used in the run, the fusion suit or the default suit. Alright, and it looks like this is where I will be leaving you all for tonight, so I hope everybody watching has a great rest of your day. Just because I'm leaving doesn't mean you have to go anywhere. There will be a lot of runs going on throughout the rest of today and the rest of the weekend. No Holidays Allowed will be going on until throughout Sunday, so stick around. There will be quite a few amazing runs. Have a nice night, everyone.
Alrighty, yes, hello. I am Recon. We are going to be going fast and collecting as many things as humanly possible. I say as many. There are things this game doesn't deem as a collectible. We're not gonna bother with those ones. So the idea is go fast and look cool doing it. So that's the plan. We are just me today, unfortunately. Everyone left me. They're all busy. So we are yeah, I'm pretty much ready to get into it. So to start the run, we're just going to do quick file setup, and it will be on the last cutscene here. Once I skip the cinematic, time will start, and I can count that in once everything's good. Ooh, alrighty, so I will count it down. 3, 2, 1, go. And we're off to the races. Whee! Alright, this game is the latest in the Ratchet and Clank saga. Very cool, very cool. It's a PS5 native, it loads really fast, and as you can see, it already looks beautiful, even on performance mode, so that's very nice. Not much to the first level here, it is just our tutorial, which is very nice. So, get through that quick, and then we'll go to the actual collectathon part of the run, shall we? Very nice indeed. Yeah, this one of my favorite franchises growing up, I believe, Ratchet and Clank. The idea on this level is just collect as many bolts as possible and make sure our weapons are all nice and leveled for some of the next areas. But there is a skip coming up here that I will attempt to explain. It is not easy. We can restart checkpoint in this section here just to allow us to pick up the ammo a little bit sooner and progress the level a little quicker, but that's not the skip I'm on about. This is called Create Menu Photo Mode Abuse, and it will allow us to ride over to the next island really, really quickly, and then do some excellent parkour. And we have skipped an entire rail section by doing this, so that is relatively quick. And we restart checkpoint there just so we are at the top here. That is, skips the entire rail section, saving about, I want to argue, 25 seconds. So much nicer than riding the rail. And it looks very cool to do. It will fill up your hard drive though, so be careful with the screenshots. Yeah, there's a lot of scripted moments in this tutorial section, just everything happening so fast, so ideally we want to just get past them as quick as possible. Combat is not as important as movement in this run, but it is quite the staple early on, especially before we have a lot of our weapons that we're going to need later on. So we're just going to make sure our burst pistol is nice and leveled up. I'm shooting the ship as much as possible because this is a boss, and I missed the bomb, so we don't get some nice damage on there. But every time I shoot the ship, I am actually damaging it, even though there is no health bar at the moment, so ideally we just rinse this thing. There you go. Yeah, it's below half. We want the weapon at level 2 here just so we can do a maximum damage output, and it is now gone. And we come to our next skip in the run. We don't want to be taking over the really slow elevator, so instead we're just gonna fly on over with infinite jumps, which is a little difficult to explain off the top of my head, but you know what, I will try my best while this cutscene plays out. So essentially when you double jump in the air and then do the wrench slam and then open the map, but then cancel the map opening with a photo mode, it like sends the camera sky high, but the game still exists in the background. So what is happening in the background is the game still plays out. So Ratchet actually does the wrench slam, and the game gives him a solid ground, like an invisible solid ground to work on. So when I exit the photo mode, I have been elevated into the air, and I can chain that by doing another jump and then adding another slam to the chain. Ow, that's unfortunate. There's a skip there as well, Mrs. Zircon skip, which means she doesn't run all the way over to us right there. We can just instantly activate her. and buy the weapon. Just save like 3 or 4 seconds, very nice. As I said before as well, combat isn't too important for these early sections. We're just trying to get through this as quick as possible so we can start collecting all of the collections. Oh dear. Get down! Okay. Ratchet doesn't like to play nice sometimes. This game is developed for the PS5, but it's very broken, as you'll clearly see later on. Yeah, we have to wait a little bit on the photo mode every time we do the infinite jump, because it is... you need time for the animation to play out for Ratchet to actually get a standpoint, so once he has that standpoint, we are completely fine to exit the photo mode and go again, which is very nice. We're coming to the end of the level here, actually. I should explain the story a little bit. This game came in 2021. It wasn't launched with the PS5, but it was launched a little after, and this is one of the reasons I got a PS5. The story is pretty interesting. So it takes place in the Future Saga after Into the Nexus, which is a game on the PS3 from 2013. Clank has repaired this dimensional hat, or this dimensional weapon, and was going to use it for Ratchet, so he can go and see his family who are lost in dimensions. But the evil Doctor Nefarious kind of stole that and has accidentally caused dimensional cataclysm. So we're gonna have to go stop him really quick, and he is just past here. So we don't actually have to pay attention to any of these enemies here. We can completely ignore them because the level trigger is just over here. Quick little boss fight. I want to skip phases, ideally. So there's a more consistent way we can do that if we throw 3 bombs and then spray him with the pistol. Yep, he did not do another attack, meaning we have initiated a little mini phase skip there. Most of the early part of this run is just quite chill, actually. I do like this run. There you go. He doesn't do another attack, so we have successfully skipped over these phases. And there's something I want to try and do here. Not die would be ideal. Okay, I don't know if I did it right. I actually don't know how to do that one. That's something I have to learn myself. But there's a trick. If I jump like I was doing over the side there is a chance that all of the enemies in some of the portals will group together and all kind of come out at the same time, so I can just instantly break them and kill them all real quick, just to progress the fight a little quicker. And that is actually the end of the first planet. So very nice. We have a minute-ish auto-scroller here, which is fine. We're fine. There's not many of these. There's one big one later on, but we're going to be doing some really cool stuff during that, so that's less cool, I guess. I don't know. I don't like auto-scrollers. Yeah, we're just waiting for the cutscene to play here. Literally, I can move around, I can shoot, I can do whatever I want, but nothing will happen until the cutscene plays here. There you go, and this is the end of the first planet. We have been thrust into another dimension, which is actually really cool. And now, can I do the thing? No, I didn't do the thing. Okay, it is a thing there. Every time I'm skipping a cutscene, I'm pressing a shortcut on my D-pad. There's a thing that you can do if you skip the cutscene and then pause almost immediately after. It will skip the cutscene but pause in the next cutscene. So you can skip the cutscene with this shortcut and then scroll down to the menu to skip the cinematic or the next cutscene. You'll skip both of the cutscenes roughly at the same time, and it's quite hard to time, as well as this fence jump. Okay, cutting corners is ideal. Can I get it? Ah, I didn't get it. Okay. I want to get it now. I want to show this off. We don't care about the time. We do a little bit. I'm sorry. Now, I want to show this off. This is a new strat. Weirdly enough called Whipped Cream. I don't know why it's called this, but bear with me. Yep, there you go. So, essentially, the elevator will push us into the... Oh, I am here. Okay. The elevator will push us into the wall there and allow us to ride up the elevator, skipping a long little like elevator ride there, and also skipping a bolt crank section, which saves roughly about 15 seconds if we get it the first time, but as we see we didn't, unfortunately, so even still saved quite a bit of time with it, so very nice. And yeah, we're in the Fairy City now. The idea is this is where the collectathon really starts. We are going to be collecting all of the armor packs, all of the gold bolts, and all of the Rhino Spy bots. Do a little cutscene warp there. There's a lot in this game to talk about, so if I miss something, then I apologize. But yep, our first gold bolt is over this direction. If we just fling on over here, I can explain that a little bit later. There is another section with a fling that we can do. I'm going to grab these just for the road. We need a specific amount of bolts a little later on, so I'm going to make sure I have as many as possible, as early as possible, just so I'm not, like, running out. That would be very, very bad. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's all gone wrong. Okay, I missed, but you want to hit those mid-air before they land, so actually skip the area. Oh, I actually did get that. Those little bots there can actually stop me from doing what I wanted to do there, pulling that bolt crank, which is not fun. So, very nice. Next is killing more bots. There's a lot of bots in the Fairy City. We are basically under arrest for trespassing in the club there, I'm pretty sure. I think that's the story. It's been a while since I played this game casually, so I'm gonna forget some little details about the story, but this is now our Phantom Dash. This is the fastest way of moving. Not doing that. Fastest way of moving is dash, jump, dash. And we want to dash, jump, and dash as fast as possible. Make sure we hit the checkpoints. There's required triggers in this game, so if we miss some of them, then we will soft lock, and we don't want to do that. And the idea is we want to get here as fast as possible just so we can get to this elevator and it goes up without having to wait for the Phantom. Right there. And here is where I can explain swing shot flings. So, weirdly enough, letting go of a swing shot and then like relatching onto it immediately, like within a rhythm, and then like looking at it for whatever reason will just store all of the swing momentum and allow you to like zoom. Which is weird. I don't know why it works, it just does. That's a relatively recent discovery, actually. I think I was still new to the community when they were experimenting with those, around like 2022 area. So that is still a relatively new discovery, which is really cool.
So you made it after all. Impressive.
It's really nice to see like a lot of new discoveries in these games as well. It's not too old, but like there's still new things being experimented with and talked about to this day. Like there's a whole new category that exists now, which is really cool. New miscellaneous categories, can't go wrong with those. Just a quick little fight here. This is a completely scripted fight. All enemies are in very specific locations. They will always appear in the same locations. So I want to ideally kill them before they get to their locations, or when they are in their locations, kill them quick. So there's those two there. There's going to be one behind me there. There's that guy there, and then that guy there. Then there's these two over here. Oh dear, I missed. And then this guy, and then there should be two more flying in down here, and then a whole bunch of the mini-bots. Oh, I was wrong. There's an extra two here. Well, I can't always be correct, I suppose. There you go. Relatively quick fight, that one. So we just kill the rest of the stragglers, and we are good to go with the next part of the run. And I'll try and explain what I did here at the start as well. We have committed something called a dialogue mute, and that, as the name may imply, mute the dialogue for the fight. So usually there's a really long bit of dialogue at the end of that fight, like, oh my god, I have to go and see this guy before he gets us killed or whatever. And then like there's a little bit of dialogue before that cutscene actually plays, so skipping the dialogue with a dialogue mute will not let that play, and just let us go a lot quicker. So our mission objective is to go back over to the statue to find a ship to get off the planet, but we are not going to go do that. For now, we want to go collect some stuff because we're running all collectibles. Which it does actually take us on some pretty nice detours. So there's a gold bulb just up here, and then down in this little area is a nice little rift. So in this rift, we can find up there an armor pod, and instead of going all the way around, I like to go fast, so we're going to glide over, infinite jump, and then phantom dash. And it should be mentioned as well, the infinite jump can reset phantom dash, because the game technically counts you as a standstill, because usually you cannot do it in the air. You do it on the floor, you cannot do it again in the air until you touch the ground again. So the game would actually count the IJ as a standpoint and let us do that again. There you go. Grab that. There's a required checkpoint there. I made that mistake in practice the other day, and I completely softlocked my file and couldn't unsoftlock it, so we don't want to do that. That is the big problem with not just this run, but like Insomniac Spider-Man games, for example, or just Insomniac games in general, especially the later ones. They have a lot of required checkpoints and required triggers. If you miss even one of them, your game is kind of doomed. So files have been broken and corrupted because of speedrun tricks in the past, so we best be careful with those. Another gold bolt up here, and that is the final gold bolt of the planet, but we are not done here just yet. We are needing to collect some other stuff, which is really cool. Which is the other collectible in this planet is a resistance spy bot. Bonk. Just kill any enemy that we can find. There you go, we made it up, very nice. Gonna collect all Raritanium that we see as well. Raritanium is used to upgrade our weapons later on, and our weapons are gonna need to be pretty damn upgraded in order to do a lot of the cool stuff later on. So yeah, there's just a really long like enemy gauntlet here that we have to go through. Make it very quick to grab the spy bot and then fight the, I suppose, boss of the area. He's a mini boss. Very cool guy. But yeah, I do like this game. They did try and like innovate a little bit by adding like little side missions that you can do on each planet, which is a neat idea. But they are really short, and they are relatively easy. So I guess it's not like the point to have them like be really long and like distract from the main story. There's something extra to do, but like it would have been nice to have like really long like side level content, I guess, in the game. But oh well, maybe for the sequel. So yep, we collected the spy bot, skipping the slide by restarting the checkpoint and refilling our ammo there, which is really nice. So on to the boss. This guy, the nefarious sort of juggernaut. Gonna hit him to 60% health, grab the ammo, and it's gonna take us to another dimension, which is not nice. So we're gonna have to try and, I don't think I got it. It's gonna be really close. Yeah, no, definitely didn't get it. Yep, no, definitely didn't get it. He hit me. The idea there is you can actually one-cycle him and kill him in that, like, separate dimension. And by doing that, it will give you all of that Raritanium that I've just gotten from that boss. It will give you that in the pocket dimension, rather than me having to wait at the end there just for it to all fly to me. Because you can actually be soft-locked out of that. You can be soft-locked out of the Raritanium in parts just because... Funny game, if you activate the console before it all flies to you, so we want to make sure that we don't do that. And that is the end of Nefarious City. Very pretty planet. Very neon, I will say. Very cool. And we are now introduced to the other protagonist of our story, Rivet. The alternative universe to Ratchet, I suppose. This is Rivet, the Lombax. Very cool. Very cool that they tried to incorporate like a whole new other Lombax to players. I do wish we saw more of her though, like where she is only available on select planets, which is unfortunate. So each character will have their own planet. Like there's a planet later, Savali is Rivet only, unfortunately. So no, that's Ratchet only. Unfortunately, so we can't bring Rivet to Savali or anything like that, and I can't bring Ratchet to this planet, Sargasso, for example, so very unfortunate. I do wish there was a way you could do that, like, it'd be really cool exploring the planet's surface as Rivet. Not much changes, the gameplay is very, very similar, but, you know, it would be cool to, like, explore different areas as different characters. Let's see if I can do this here. This is called the tiptoe strat. I'm being very careful. I think I hit the floor there. I'm being very careful to not hit the floor. And we will quickly see why. Because this is a very Sly Cooper moment, if anyone has played any of the Sly games. Okay, we did get it, nice. The game hadn't updated my last standpoint at all during that because I didn't hit the floor. So, in me doing that, grabbing the armor pad there, and then restarting checkpoint, it put us right back to the, or like not restarting checkpoint, sorry, or just like falling into the lava, I guess, or the slime. It let us put us right back at the start of the rift, so it skips a whole like little speedle journey. There we go. There we go. On saves about 20 seconds, I think. So a lot of nice little micro time saves on these planets. Okay, that was a little bit of a mistake. I don't have that gelatonium to blow up these two now, which is a little annoying. So I'm gonna have to manually snipe them. Okay, I can't aim. That's fine. Usually you'd leave one of the gelatoniums here, so when they fly over, you can just blow them up immediately, and you don't have to waste your ammo hitting both of them in the air. There you go, we have enough Veritanium, so we're just going to upgrade our weapon. It's going to make this next fight really easy. Big dinosaur. Very cool. I do like the enemy designs in this game, actually. It's cool to see, like, the Thugs for Less are actually, I believe, from Ratchet 2? I think they're called Goons for Less in this game, actually. Instead of Thugs for Less, because Thugs was a bit too not friendly enough for Sony, I guess. So they changed it to Goons for Less in this game, I'm pretty sure. So that's what they are. They are returning enemies from Ratchet and Clank 2. It's been a while since I played that one, but yeah. Bang, bang. Gonna throw that twice, just kills everyone in there really quickly. And there's actually an invisible wall where my cursor is there, so what I can do is just throw the Shatter Bomb here and kill all of the flying dudes just before they, oh, there's one left. There you go. He wasn't supposed to be alive. But we can kill all the flying dudes before they actually fly in, which is really cool. Very cool. Little swing shot fling, didn't make it all the way over, but we still saved time with it, so very nice. Now another boss fight, woo! I shouldn't call these boss fights, these are mini bosses. These enemies actually do show up quite a bit later. Oop, and there you go. Now there's another skip, can I get it? I got part of it. Yeah, you can ride the Speetle up that little ramp there, and it lets you jump off the Speetle up here, so you can take the Speetle all the way into this area, rather than climbing up normally. Oh, actually, I don't do that. Whoopsies, my bad. I'm not playing NG Plus Spring. Alright. Oh, okay, that's not happened in a while. But we restart checkpoint to have the Seekapede move into a position where we can just jump on top of it from the rock. And now, because we have to do the backup, it's a very bumpy ride here, so we're just gonna have to allow it to fly down. I don't remember how to do this casually, actually. It's been so long. This I can call an actual boss. This one is a boss fight. I guess this is technically the first one in the game. There you go. We're going to do a photo mode abuse here. Anytime I open the map and then open photo mode, it is a photo mode abuse. And what that does is it skips the cutscene that plays there, but it also allows us to move without jumping on one of those beetle things. So we can just move immediately, chuck a bomb right at its like little back thing there, and then that will instantly skip to the next phase. I need to be careful of my ammo consumption here. What would be really bad is not having any ammo. Where's my ammo? Okay, there you go. I missed a crate. There's a crate. Yeah, I think the CQB destroyed it. Oh no, it was right next to me there. Okay. Ideally, we want to make sure the ammo is as good as possible there. There has been times I've completely run out of ammo because of skill issue, and I've just completely lost so much time on that fight, but here we go. We're coming to the end of the planet here, which is really cool, but there is a big skip. The first very big skip in the run, I would argue. This cutscene is usually unskippable. Completely unskippable that I'm about to enter. So first what I'm going to do is upgrade my Shatter Blast to full level now that it's level 5, and I'm going to quit out the game. This is really difficult to explain on the fly, but I will try my best. So we're going to enter into the file again, hold L1 and click load game. And because we're holding L1, the game is still active in the background, we're going to make a new file, and then when I click start, I'm going to let go of L1 and spam X as quick as I can. There you go, we got it. And doing that, we'll skip that cutscene completely. Which is very, very cool. Oh, no cutscene mob. Okay, while I'm here, before I forget, I'm going to turn those back on. So doing that, because we're technically on a new file, it will turn off all of our settings that we made at the very start of the run, like the HUD and the subtitles, and they are quite important, so I'm going to turn them on before I forget to. Doesn't lose too much time. I didn't get the cutscene warp anyway. So here's the cutscene warp. I didn't get that one either. But essentially, if you skip the cutscene during like while holding forward, like spam skip cutscene and hold forward, usually you will be sent flying forward during the cutscene. So that just allows us to get to the door a lot quicker, and allows us to get to the panel a lot quicker rather than just having to walk all the way over, which is slow. We don't like walking. But this is a big auto-scroller. Now, we are here for 5 waves, and there's not much we can do about it, unfortunately, so if there are any messages or anything anyone wants to talk about, now would be a great time to do so, I think. While I kick some pirate booty.
Sure, sounds good. So just want to let the folks at home know that we've got a couple of donation incentives. We've got one for Metroid Prime, which is happening later today. So right now we have an ongoing bid war to choose between the original suit or the fusion suit for the Metroid Prime any percent no major glitches run. That's happening later today. Last time I checked, it's currently tied, I think, by perhaps I refresh the page and check here. So you could sway the bid war in either direction. We've also got a couple of incentives open for runs on day 2. So we currently have the Peggle challenge run. This is for so the goal for that is $50. You can submit to both the Metroid Prime bid war as well as the challenge run. You can choose one like target incentive and one bid war to have your donation contribute to. So if you would be interested in donating towards Go Rescue Pet Adoption Center, it would be greatly appreciated. And we should have a Tiltify link, a link to the donation page available. Is there a command for that, perhaps? We had a QR code during the intermission, but we don't have that anymore. But yeah, your donation would go towards a great cause, and you can influence the next couple of runs, I guess, with the bid war and have some bonus content as well. So.
Very cool.
All right, I think that's all I have for now.
I appreciate that very much. Oh, perfect timing as well. We've just finished the challenge there. Alright, yeah, that is unfortunately unskippable. There's no known skips, so if anyone in chat wants to learn the run and find some skips for this planet, I would very appreciate that. Thank you. No, there's no known skips for that, unfortunately. So we just have to wait for them to come out of the portal, and we don't understand the portal physics. So sometimes they all jump out one at a time. Sometimes they all jump out like all at the same time. It's ideally you want them all to come out roughly the same time, but they never do. So it's completely non-understood at the moment. But here we go, Francois, little mini boss here. Very easy, just spam our trusty grenade, and he is gone. Gives us some nice rotanium there as well, and these cutscenes are actually skippable, so we're going to skip those. And we are done with Zerky's Battleplex. Very cool. Well, we're done with Zerky's 1. We're here another 3 times. Another 2 more times. 2 more times. So, yeah, that's very cool. We're on to the next planet, is Savali, which is the big exploration planet. That is, there's a lot of collectibles on this planet. Like, the whole brand new collectible that we have to go and collect that is specific to this planet that we're going to have to go and grab, so that is what we're going to be doing. But we do unlock some very cool new stuff, and I will say there's the bread and butter to Rift Apart speedruns, I think, are finally accessible from this planet. So it's a game changer, I'm telling you. Yeah, we can ignore all of the enemies over here. There's a little cutscene that we have to go through real quick. Hello, Gary. His name's Gary. He's cool. Yeah, these guys down here can be completely skipped. That is, they don't matter at all, sadly. I actually barely didn't make that, but that's fine. We got over it anyway. These ones, unfortunately, we cannot skip, so we're gonna have to just take care of them. It's another case of we know where they're going to spawn, how many are going to spawn, etc, etc. So it's just a case of they're all going to spawn from over the gate, kill them from over the gate, clear out any of the ones on this area. And when the checkpoint comes up, we restart the checkpoint. And now we have access to the hover boots. This is our game changer because this changes completely. I didn't get much speed from that one. This changes our movement completely. We are going to be, from here on out, we're going to be doing a fair bit of tech. So we'll be doing a lot of stuff called wrench boosts, which we're going to slam our wrench into a wall and fly across the planet really quick. We're going to do something called backwards wrench boosts, which is what I'm doing here by flicking the stick back and forth and then swinging at specific timings. We can start building up a big bunch of speed, which is really cool. And this is our new collectible, which is a Lombax Orb or a Lorb, which gives us information on a Lombax Adventurer, which is really cool. So I want to try and get a skip here. It is not easy because it requires me to go very quick. I don't think I got that. Oh no, we did, okay. So getting to this area quick enough will actually allow us to grab that Lorb, like as soon as physically possible, which is, oh my god, which is nice. Usually that one is locked behind a pretty long, like, few waves of enemies, so I'm gonna make sure I'm fast enough. Okay, this is actually a pretty decent place for it to be in, because our mission is still right there. It's very cool. Bang, grab the Lorb. We want to do that a few more times with a few others, but we are going to, at the same time, try to progress the planet. Which is, well, it's pretty easy. All of this has been completely routed out by some very, very, very talented people. So, we know how to do it. It's just a case of doing it fast. That is a whole other thing. Bang. I think that's all the ground enemies, so, yep, sniper bots. When our new friend here, Kit, says sniper bots, we can jump up here and deal with the snipers. That one didn't get splash damaged, that's okay. There's 3 of them there, and the panel is now active, so we can just activate the panel, and we are good to go. There you go.
Do you mind if I ask you a question? As a Lombax?
Ooh, okay. Didn't get much speed there, but that's fine. Another loop up here. We restart checkpoint to get a wrench boost off of that platform, just to get up here a little bit quicker. There's another loop here, which is really very nice. And on to the next armor part. Everything here, as I said, is completely mapped out. We know exactly where we're going, when we're going to it, why we're going to it, you know? The idea is to collect as much stuff here as possible, so we don't have to do it on the revisit, but there is 2 things? No, there's 1 thing that we miss out on this planet. Which is, we will come back to on the revisit, so... This is another case of I want to be going as fast as Ratchet's little boots can carry him. So I can get into here and skip it. We didn't skip it, we were not fast enough. I think it's because I actually aggroed the enemies as I flew in. You have to be going, for this one, you have to be going really, really fast, but you can probably see here already, like, how much of a difference it can already make. Like, imagine I got that the first time, the second I landed, I pick it up and I just leave, so I don't have to kill any of those, I save all my ammo, etc. Very cool. New area here. With a spy bot. Gonna need to collect all of these for the Rhino 8? Rhino 8? I think it's Rhino 8. Actually, I don't know what Rhino we're on at this point, but, yep, we can wrench boost here, and then I'm gonna keep slow motion just so I can... Ah, we lost a lot of speed, that's unlucky. I was gonna keep slow motion as much as possible so I could aim where I need to go and make sure I don't hit anything. See if I can get to this one quick enough. We did, we got to that one quick enough, that's really good. That skips another fight. And we are off to the next part of the mission. I should explain slow-mo as well. For some reason, well, the game has accessibility options, one of them being letting us put the game into slow motion. And putting the game into slow-mo is very ideal for us, because if we hit a wall with the... There's another guy left. Did I not hit the checkpoint? Oh no, there's a guy here. It's always one of those little guys. Okay. But we put the game into slow motion and hit one of the walls for a wrench boost. It actually stores our speed in the slow motion, and when we let it go of it, it will fling us much farther. So that is like the fast way to do the slow mo. And that's what we will be trying to do. Yep. What I do like about this game, I will say as well, every runner has different ways to do these fights. Like, I have my own way of doing this fight, and I think it is very cool. So, like, when this dropship comes in, I'm going to throw the bomb there, hit the dropship in there. That will damage all of the enemies inside it before they spawn. So we can just deal with those really quick, and we're going to do it the same again. There you go. Hit them both. Make sure Kit is all nice and healthy. Bang, 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 bang. I'm going to grab all the ammo here, and we are going to take out this dropship. This actually counts as a mini-boss that we have to take out. There you go, I think we are all fine. So what I'm gonna do is, yep, there you go. I'm gonna grab this Raritanium as just some spare Raritanium. Raritanium is probably the most important resource that we're gonna have to collect in this run. So the more we have, the better. There are so many weapons that we're gonna need to upgrade later on. Ignore that dropship; it's soft locked, but we can just continue. So we do a little thing. See if I can get a. Didn't get much height, unfortunately, but that is okay. I don't think I can actually make it up there myself. With that. Oh, we can. Nice. Alright, here's the next orb. You can see how effective wrench boosts are going to be to get us across the planet to get to all the collectibles. There's another armor pod in the pocket dimension, so we're gonna grab that really quick. All of these pocket dimensions are completely skippable with the power of speed tech, so usually it's like a whole big parkour section and you have to like dodge a whole bunch of, like in this one I'm pretty sure you have to dodge like bombs and stuff to like climb up to there and get the armor pod as a reward at the end, but nope, we can just infinite jump up there. Oh, I was not close enough. Okay, there's a reason I did jump out of that area. I changed my direction. It's because if I'm going too fast, the game will sizzle me. And sizzling is not ideal because it actually kills you. The game thinks you're going a bit too quick. You shouldn't be where you should be, and to prevent like you getting stuck, the game will kill you. And there's a chance that you can actually be sizzled by going too close to that moving platform, so we just jump backwards to avoid that, and it's very cool. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to chuck a few bombs about... I cannot aim, there you go. I'm going to chuck a few bombs about just to make sure I hit as many of the bolts as possible there, the bombs, just because that gives us a ton of bolts. Yep, that gave us like 3,000 bolts, something like that. So we are going to need a lot of bolts later on. But we're coming to the end of the collectathon. We have 2 lobes left, I believe. There you go. We don't actually have to shoot those, we can just throw the bomb at the floor. I believe actually there's a way you can shoot, you can throw a bomb and it will activate all of them at the same time. I think I've done that before, but I don't know how. I'm sure some smart rip-apart runners would know the answer to that, but hey-ho. Anyway, next lob. It's a very long collectathon this planet, but honestly, I really like it. I really like all the movement back and forth between the different areas. I don't think I'm going to make that. I'm barely not going to make that, so I'm going to preemptively IJ just to get up to here. And we're going to go speak to Gary to activate the last temple challenge. There you go. We can jump over here. The floor is below me, I promise. The floor actually becomes, like, tangible, I guess, like, pretty early on when you press that button, so you can just jump over. As long as you don't get caught like this. Okay. We're going to do part 2 of Mountain Ascension, which is the biggest, one of the biggest skips in Rift Apart. Is Mountain Ascension, and we didn't get that one, unfortunately, so we have to do a slight backup, but it is completely fine. We were a little too fast. It happens, you know. Classic case of Insomniac punishing those who go too fast, and there you go. We skipped the last trial there. Mountain Ascension, essentially, from that second temple where we had to defend Kit from a lot of enemy forces, we can do a wrench boost from that temple to this temple at the bottom here. Like the very bottom of this temple where Gary was, we can do a wrench boost to there, and then we can bounce off of that bridge. There's a bridge next to where we land. You bounce off of that bridge to that top section, like where we got off before that last button. I guess it's hard to explain without like being able to physically show like what I mean, but there's the one I did that first range boost to Mountain Ascension Part 2, pretty much. That area you go up to there and then you do the Part 2 and then you can do what I did at the end. It's fast, it's cool, it's very, very impressive, but we can't do it in all collectibles because there's a lot of collectibles we'd miss out if we do that. So now, let's not make the same mistake I did last time, which, once we are doing this, I will explain what my mistake last time was, and I'm a little embarrassed to admit it, but it is fine. So, we have to go talk to this gentleman over here, who will allow us to trade in all of the orbs that we found for armor sets. So, this is what is a little bit embarrassing. I have the com gold for this level. And for those who don't know what a com gold is, essentially the Ratchet and Clank community, I think a whole bunch of other communities do this too. We have a big sheet of different like planets and splits and stuff, and for different categories in Rift Apart. Whoever's beaten the run, whoever's beaten that planet fastest, is on that is on there. So like it's just a way for the community to record their fastest times. I recently got the com gold for this planet at like I think it was like 14 minutes and like 10 seconds or something. But there's one important detail I missed in that com gold, which is a little bit embarrassing to say the least. I didn't go talk to that guy. So instead of witnessing all of those cutscenes, which I have to do to get all of the armor stuff, I completely skipped that, saving roughly about 25-30 seconds. So technically, it is not a com gold because I didn't do the planet correctly. And I realized that yesterday when doing a practice run. I was like, oh my god, I completely forgot to do that. So now, it's unfortunate. The previous com gold is something like 1430 or something, so I would have barely missed it by like the standard of that run, but very sad. Very upsetting. I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, I did something cool. Yeah, I'm waiting for this guy to get close enough to the edge. He's not gonna do it, unfortunately. Yeah, they're not gonna do it, but there's a chance, actually, you can insta-kill one of these bosses if they jump towards the edge of the arena. And, like, when you first damage them, they will do that, like, little dropping animation. Like, they'll, like, actually, like this animation here, they'll actually fall down. Which is, actually makes them fall off the arena, which will in turn insta-kill them. So instead of spamming the grenades on them right there, we can just chuck one of them off, but they have to jump in a specific place, and they didn't jump at me at that time, so unfortunately we can't do the quick boss kill. But we restart checkpoint just to get a lot of ammo back, puts us a little closer to the portal, and we are off to Lizar to find phase quartz. I should explain like what's actually going on in the story at this point. Pretty much, we broke the, well, Ratchet broke the Dimensionator when fighting Nefarious, so that's what caused the Dimensional Cataclysm. Slight epilepsy warning on this. We're going to be flashing this light a little quick. Should be good. I don't believe we spam it anymore. My apologies, I completely slipped my mind there, but yeah, so Ratchet broke the Dimensionator, and Nefarious currently has it, so what we are doing is we are trying to build a completely brand new one to, like, counteract the dimensional breaking and stuff, but we need to find specific materials for that, and the one material is here, one of the materials to phase quartz is on this planet, so that's what Rivet is looking to do right now, so isn't that very cool? There you go, very nice. Gonna jump over here. This actually does kill me in the cutscene, but it is fine because we skip over to here. Let's hope I didn't hit a checkpoint there. There's actually, I found out recently, there's a checkpoint that you can hit there, which will put you all the way back at this area where I am now. For the gold bolt. Which isn't ideal because we want to be up here. There you go. We bought a new weapon as well, the Topiary Sprinkler. We're going to turn them all into a garden utensil. Which deals a lot more damage to them. So, very cool weapon. Very unique. I think there is something similar in one of the other Ratchet games. I haven't played them in a long, long time though. Did I kill all of them? Yep, I did. Okay. There's a lot we can do with the hover boots. You can see why I say this is the bread and butter.
This is the mining hub.
Okay, there's another gold bolt here. I don't think I'm going to make that with a regular jump. Yep, there is a way you can make that with a regular double jump and range slam, but I didn't that time, so we should have 7. Yep, we have 7. That is very nice. And now, because we've actually activated that and done that, we can move during this cutscene and perform a really hard trick, hopefully.
Should be nearby.
Nope, I didn't get any speed. Yep, no, we're not going to do it. So if I actually... It changes the direction that you need to punch or hit the wall and to get a lot of speed there.
No, but I would hate to bore you
So
running out of
if I did get that, I would be able to wrench boost here, like so, and land over here during that cutscene. Like during that like little unskippable section there, so I can actually make it over in time. I never get that. That is like the one thing I suck at in this game. Which is sad. Collision on this wall is a bit finicky, so we're just going to climb up here, grab that checkpoint, and we have skipped the entire section with the bob bot there. Bit more titanium there, very nice. And now... Oh. Bang. Hope I missed. Bang. There you go. Okay, we need to be really careful about this thing, this section. I need to get over to this area as fast as possible while hitting these 3 checkpoints as fast as possible. Because, yep, I think I got it there. What that would do is it will overlap some dialogue in this room and allow this boss, or this mini-boss, to spawn much quicker. Yep, there you go, it's overlapping the dialogue. There you go, and here's the mini-boss. I don't really feel like fighting him right now, so I'm going to do a photo mode abuse. Wait about 5 seconds? Yeah, that should be enough. And oh look, he's gone. So, yeah, that despawns the floor as he is coming out of the portal. And it kills him as he comes out of the portal, so we can just completely deload that boss. We climb out of the area, grab this on pod as quickly as we can, just skipping a whole bunch of stuff, and now we can get on with the last part of Blizzard.
That can't be good.
that dimensional anomaly is identical to the one we saw on Sargasso.
Good. That means you can deal with it. What's that mean?
There you go. Yep, dimensional anomaly here, we're just going to take care of that real quick. While I have a chance, actually, I'm going to open my drink. It might be a little loud. Apologies if you heard that, but I am very thirsty. My voice hurts. I've talked so long. I've talked so much. But, yeah. We wait for that line of dialogue, but because for some reason it increases the dialogue. Well, it skips forward the dialogue in this section. Don't ask me why certain things happen in this game. I cannot tell you why. This game is weird. I love it. It's so cool. 10 out of 10 would run again. Alright, usually now in any percent we would be jumping up to the... We would be doing a skip that we're going to be doing later on, but we'd skip up to the top of the drill. We're going to be skipping the entire drill section. I did not mean to do that. Oh, okay. Okay, there you go. we still made it over. So, yeah. It was very cool. I'm running out of things to say, honestly. What was I saying? Yes, so we skip to the end of the drill, but instead we have to go and partake on another wrench boost, because I missed that one and I want to do it and it looks cool. Wrench boosting is probably one of my favorite mechanics in like any speedrun I've run. It is so cool. But yeah, we can't do the skip at the moment because we have to go and do a side quest to grab another spy bot.
so I do not know yet, but it will come soon. Now, take a moment for the machine to warm up.
Ooh, very nice. There is a skip here as well, but I don't think I'm going to go for it. Mostly because it loses a lot of time if I fail it, and also it is very easy to break the entire game by doing it. So it does save a bit of time as well if we get it though. It's sad. It's very sad. It's a hard skip, but yeah. This is just a wave minigame. There's 4 waves here. 4 waves, we just kill these guys as much as possible. There's not much ammo around the area, so I'm gonna be kind of really reserved of my ammo. I need to be really, really careful. Because if there's not enough ammo, that is not a very good sign.
That's my preamble, or as we like to say in the culinary world.
Yeah, there you go. First wave done. We just have to wait. There you go. And 3, 2, 1, more enemies. Oh, right here.
Here they come! Defend me while I dig deep for my inspiration.
Oh, sorry, I muted the sneeze there. Yeah, this section does take a little bit of a while. It's like about 45 seconds at best per wave, so there you go. As well as like her talking over this point, so we just have to be chill right now. I'm not very patient, so I'm just jumping around. Boing, 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 boing. Okay, yeah, here, I'll try and explain what this skip would be. I'm not going to go for it. It is a little tricky. But I'll try and explain what it is. So essentially, you jump up here and then go out of the area, and there's a little out of bounds section that you can go across over on the other side of this wall. You'd go over to that out of bounds section and try and navigate it. And what you can do, you can drop down from that out of bounds. If you miss all of the triggers, there are fail-safe triggers that will teleport you right back here if you miss it. Which is fine, it's all very nice, but it's unfortunate. There are failsafe triggers though, so you have to avoid all of the failsafe triggers, and in doing so, you can end up down there, down in this like little cavern. And down in that little cavern is where the next gold bolt is in another pocket dimension. So what you can do during her talking on the previous phase, you go down into the pocket dimension and grab the gold bolt. But also, what happens then, all of those like little fly things, all those like green little wasp things that are these things, all of those that spawn on that wave will all spawn in the pocket dimension, and all you have to do is kill those in the pocket dimension, and there's about 8 or 9 of them. So you kill them all in the pocket dimension, and that will be the entire wave. The game counts that as the entire wave in the pocket dimension there. So it is a much bigger time save than I probably gave it credit for, but it is nice. It saves a good like 40 seconds, and it means I don't have to go out of my way in a minute to go and grab the I don't have to go out of my way in just a sec to go grab that gold bolt when I could have just grabbed it during that thing. It is unfortunate. I know like time shouldn't really matter like as much, but at the same time, it is a very risky strat, and I don't want to hold this up any longer, you know. Any left? Or is that all of them? Oh, no, there's just these guys left. We are, as you can see, out of ammo, so we have to be like really, really careful. There's no more ammo crates here either. Oh, there's one that respawned, but it gave me a topiary. That is one thing I have to be careful of as well, is ammo spawns. Ammo can be manipulated in this game by only using one specific mission, like using one specific bit of ammo. So if I only used the bombs, every ammo drop will be a bomb. But if I used the bombs in a topiary, it could randomize. One could be the bomb, one could be a topiary. So I have to be really, really careful, especially later on, to make sure I have all the correct ammo needed. Which is cool. So, there you go. That is the gold bolt. This is the pocket dimension I was referring to. If we did the skip, we would have gone down there, killed the guys in there, and It is very cool. Just want to double check. Yes, I have everything. I need to double check I actually have everything that I need on this planet. Gonna build up a little bit of speed, make sure I'm actually in the correct place, and we're going to attempt all for one. Come on, if that's gonna hit the rail. Oh, it didn't. Oh, it hit the death barrier. There are hundreds of death barriers in the air in this game, so it is very vital that we dodge all of them. But it's very difficult to see where they are, but we didn't get all for one, so we can just do the backup here. But all for one would have essentially been, I take the momentum from that first boost, hit one of those ramps that I just hit there, and take that momentum all the way to the drill up here. This is Blizzard Drill Skip. It is one of the hardest in the whole game. It's one of the hardest things to do in the whole game, especially for beginners. I know a fair few runners who have, who their skip has bested, let's just say that much. Which is very unfortunate, because those are very talented runners, and I would have loved to see them play this game and compete with my times, but unfortunately, the game is the game, you know. They were put off by some of the really hard strats, and to be fair, this game is damn hard. So, yep, we're gonna wait for this guy to spawn for a few bombs just to kill those guys in the dropship. There is one important fact I will mention about this little combat section. I need to destroy at least this last dropship. Like, outright destroy it. Otherwise, there you go. I used a lot of my ammo to do that, unfortunately, but once this guy is dead... Is there another one? No, there's not. Okay, I didn't get it, but essentially, we want to destroy as many of the dropships as possible because... oh, whoops. Yep. That's a visual reload. Just, if we can't restart checkpoint, we will reload the game's visuals and it will force the game to restart. So, really cool. But, where was I? Yeah, so we want to kill them as quick as possible because it will allow the phase quartz in the drill to spawn instantly. The game still thinks there's enemies around until the dropship has despawned. So when it flies away, it doesn't just, like, fly away. It flies away for a good solid, like, 15-20 seconds before it actually despawns. So we were waiting a good 10-15-20 seconds just for the phase quartz to spawn. So ideally we want to kill as many of the dropships as possible. And if you're wondering why I'm not hitting it, we have to wait for a specific line of dialogue for when the ship just takes a whole bunch more damage, and it is on the scientist's line there where we go. Normally that's against protocol. For some reason, completely skips the, completely just amplifies the damage, makes the fight go faster, I guess, so we like to wait for that line of dialogue just to make sure the ship dies instantly. Does save a little bit of time, which is very cool. Now Torren is the finale of the big three. The big finale. So Savali, Blizzard, and Torren are nicknamed the Big Three in the Rift Apart community because they are the Big Three. These are the three hardest planets in most categories for the speedrun. So, yeah, mostly because there's a lot of tricks like this back to back to back. Like right there was a wrench boost into another wrench boost into another wrench boost, and there's like a lot. Wrench boosts, I may be like making them look a little easy, but they are not easy. You have to know how to like steer Ratchet in the air, you know, you have to like really pay attention to how you're angled, what your speed is like, etc., because you're just gonna like fail if you don't learn all of those like little tricks. So I spent way too many hours learning those, so I know them off by heart. I know how they are, but there's a lot of big tricks like back to back, like that one right there, like that I did to grab the gold bolt. That was rail skip, or at least part of rail skip. Gonna restart checkpoint, puts us here just to get all of our ammunition back. Killing all of those dudes for some reason blows up a ship over there, so we kill those two. There you go, and that one's really, really slow, so we just bang, bang, and then that's all the enemies in this section. But yeah, that is rail skip that we just performed, and that is really difficult. I say rail skip, that is one part of rail skip. It's like we did it, then we did rail skip, then we stopped to grab the gold bolt. We did a range boost off a different area, and then we did like the rest of rail skip. But there's a really long grind rail section. At that point, there's a lot of like dodging. It's like actually really, really cool, really, really scenic and cinematic. But we skip all of it with a range boost, and ideally, from the very start of the planet, we want to get there by sub-minute. Oh, there's still some enemies. That guy lived. I was going around collecting bolts like none of my business. Here you go. And there's another boss deload here, which is... I find these so funny. Because all I'm going to do is, when he pops up his head... I didn't actually get it first time there, but that's fine. So we just wait until the camera flicks upwards, exit photo mode, and... oh, he's dead. Very nice. This is why... oh, I'm forgetting something. Well, yep. This is why it is part of the big three. Especially in all collectibles, there's so much you have to do. Like, it becomes really, really difficult. And you can probably see why. It has put a lot of people I know, it has put them off running the game completely. Which is really, really sad, because some of those people are incredible speedrunners. And I would have loved to see them tackle this game, but they just got really frustrated at how challenging a lot of the areas were. Like, unfortunate is what it is. I respect their decision completely. You know, they're still very talented in their own right, but they're not ripped apart runners. So I mean, for real though. For real, this game is really difficult. I do fully respect and understand the decision, and of a range boost I missed. That's fine, because we could just IJ up with our new hover boots, because the hover boots actually give us some extra height on the jump. And if I'm not silly and actually time my jumps, I can actually get up properly. But ideally, we would want that wrench slam to actually land us at the top here and put us on there, but I don't think I had enough speed, and I was slightly too low. So, unfortunate. So, yeah, it's a nice aerial view of Torren, you know, very cool. We'll say, very, very pretty planet. We've just deloaded a boss, by the way, if you couldn't tell. There's supposed to be a boss there, so, we've just deloaded that one real quick, and... off we go. I'm always so scared to do that. Okay. There you go. So usually there's a boss fight on this platform, but because we had deloaded the boss fight, we didn't have to do it. So now we can just stick ourselves into the wall here. Flick back like that, and land up here. That is the tricky version of that to do. There's much simpler backups for a lot of these range boosts, but... okay, now for the other reason Torren is part of the big three, the Torren grind rail skips, or the fixer rail skips I think they're called. So restarting checkpoint in certain places and spamming aim and jump will let me just jump off the rail completely, so I can skip a lot of the rail sections. So instead of grinding down, we can just grab this, fly on over, and bang. And there's another one here. All of this is a relatively long rail section that I am completely skipping by doing this, so we just grab down here, grab this one. I'm making sure to hit specific checkpoints as well. That was that checkpoint. That's that checkpoint. There you go, the fixer spawns there. See if I can actually get this. Nah, rip. There are so many death planes there, but there is a way you can get to this hurl shot from above. From above where I landed. So like you just have to dodge a whole bunch of death planes and like get into this like little tiny corridor. just to ensure that you can they can actually swing through it. It's very, very precise, but if you get it, it saves you dying and having to go all the way around, but it's no big deal. But that is the end of the big three. Just double checking I grabbed everything. There you go. Yep, that is the end of the big three. Very cool. And now on to arguably the hardest planet in the run, and one I'd never look forward to running when I do this category, but I suppose we shall, you know. Cordelian, the Kadara Station. This is a lot of tricky out-of-bounds movement. And there's a cutscene warp here that we can do. Oh, I got caught on the thing. That hasn't happened to me in a while, actually. There's a chance you can get caught on the elevator there, and it stops you from actually zooming over. But what that cutscene warp would have done is shoot me around here. It would have shot me around to here. And I will say, I didn't mention earlier, we are on the easiest difficulty. We physically cannot take damage, but we can be staggered by every enemy that hits us, so we are going to have to be very, very careful. So, yep, here is, this part's pretty simple. Bang, another dimension. These crystals are very cool, I will say. Like, the allowing to switch dimensions on the fly like that. Very good power of the PS5. 11 out of 25 gold bolts. We are closing in on the halfway mark there. And now is the bit that I don't really like about this category. It is the elevator skip. Here we go. I actually got stuck first time. That's good. It did not send me flying outwards though. So I'm going to try and explain this right now. Usually there are invisible walls. Like once I enter this elevator, there's an invisible wall that's going to keep me in the elevator. I'm going to restart checkpoint there. I did not mean to break that. But there's going to be invisible walls that keep me inside this elevator. And what we can do is we can sizzle at the top of this area by standing in a very specific place, and we slow motion. It will kick us out of the elevator, like so. And we can jump out of bounds. I need to make sure I don't hit the death barrier here, so I need to be careful. We do another fall, and there you go. We are now successfully out of bounds, and that skips the really long elevator ride. It is still going on in the background, by the way, this elevator ride, so we can go grab this gold bolt that we're not supposed to be at yet. This is supposed to be much later on. And one of my favorite skips in the run, actually, one of my favorite range boosts in the run, although incredibly tricky. Oh dear. Little scuff there, that's fine. There you go, okay. So we land up here. Okay, we didn't get much height. I want to try that again. I could have taken that, but I need more height. So we get a wrench boost. It's all going wrong. Okay. You need to aim at a very specific angle, but I don't want to go too fast that I actually hit that area. Okay. Okay, it's all going very wrong. This is why it is one of the hardest in the run. Because I have to actually hit this this ramp that I'm standing on now. I have to hit that as opposed to. Okay, we'll just have to take that. But ideally, we wanted to shoot us a little bit higher to take us up to this gold bolt up here. And we didn't want to go too fast because we can overshoot it and we won't be able to pull it ourselves backwards. But we can collect the gold bolt from underneath the floor, which is very nice. And because we activated the elevator earlier, if I restart checkpoint, it puts us at the very bottom of the elevator and we can hit the required checkpoints over here, which is really cool. Little wrench boost that we can do over here. And we're off to the races. Let's go. I will say that is the really, really, really hard part of Cordelian out the way, which I'm happy about. It is very spooky to do that on good pace. But yeah, we're doing well. So yep, Cordelian is, for now, there's one armor pod and one more spy bot, I think, that we need to grab later on in the level, and then we are done with Cordelian. Which is very nice, because that would actually almost, not quite, it almost marks the midpoint of the run. Which is very cool. I'm going to do another dialogue mute here just to shut Juice up, because Juice is annoying. And also it skips all his like really long rambling dialogue here and lets us activate the elevator immediately, which is nice. We like to activate things earlier than intended. And that's our friend Juice. He's very nice.
I have never seen Juice so playful before.
That's playful?
Usually he just moseys around the station doing his own thing.
Very nice elevator ride here.
Chasing you. I am
Oh,
jealous.
okay. Oh dear.
There it is. My favorite bit.
Okay, that can happen sometimes. Sometimes your camera can get clipped like that and do a little spin. We can do... make Ratchet T-pose there. I was not lying when I said this game is very, very fast-paced, but that is 5 out of 10 spy bots. Very nice. Gonna throw a Toxiary, just so these guys can die. Make sure all of them spawn in here, and yep, there's Nefarious. So we can just skip the rest of this room. Really nice. But yeah, I was not kidding when I said originally this game is very, very fast-paced. There's a lot to explain, and like we're going way too fast to explain it all. So I'm trying my best. I hope it's hope we are entertaining. That's the main key. Yep, just do this little fight here. Make sure none of them can distract us from hitting this, and we're gonna do another little dialogue skip by activating the dialogue and entering the pocket dimension and interrupting the dialogue. We actually do need to interrupt the dialogue. They're going to go in here anyway for this armor pod, so it's fine. But by doing that and coming in here, it interrupts its dialogue, and doing so would allow us to activate this console much earlier than intended. Like, usually he rambles on and on and on and on and on, and then he's like, oh no, there's like a virus infected that thing, and then, oh, I can do this, and then we send Glitch in, which is our robotic friend from earlier. But, yeah, it's just a way to completely skip all the dialogue. We can skip all the glitch puzzles as well, which is really cool. And this one doesn't end immediately, so we have to shoot the health pack up there and walk this direction to kind of cancel out all the dialogue again. In a way, I suppose that's how you do it. So we just cancel out all the dialogue there. We're chilling, and we have successfully done this part of Cordelian. Yay! Now for the more fun part. I'm actually going to take a tiny bit of time loss here, just to grab the bolts and the rare Ratanium. Actually, no time loss at all. He hasn't opened the door yet, so that's nice. We grabbed the extra rare Ratanium just in case.
This must be where they generate the forge's power. But there is nothing
Yeah,
here.
now is the horror game section of Ripspot. I don't know why they made a horror game section, but they did. So we're just gonna have to evade Juice here while activating two consoles. Alrighty, so this is Cordelian. All the cool stuff in Cordelian is done now, so we just have to take care of a few little errands before we leave. I'm pretty sure we've collected everything that we need. It's just a case of finishing the planet now. We have actually a really good bolt count as well. We have 24,000. We need 30,000 by the end of the next planet. So we're on good pace for that, which is really nice. Ooh, seeing things. Yeah. Grab the bolts and then turn the wall crank. Hello, Juice. Yeah, this whole section is supposed to be like you have to evade Juice and then like activate all of the like all the drink things that are on the floor. You have to like spill those all over so he goes distracted by those, and you can go activate all the stuff. It's supposed to be like kind of like that, but like we can completely skip it all by just walking up to it and doing it quick. Yeah, photo mode abuse there just to get us out of bounds. We are technically out of bounds. We're supposed to be in an underwater section, but we can now do a wrench boost, which is really cool. I hit the lamppost, but honestly, I am fine with that. We have dodged a whole bunch of